So, what's up, everybody? I just want to do a quick video on uh, being yourself, the importance of being who you are, being what you want to be. A lot of times we live so much for other people that we never actually get a chance to be who we really are. We kind of always do things based on what other people want us to be. We want to keep up with the Joneses. That's the first thing. A lot of times we spend a lot of time just chasing what other people have, their careers, their lifestyles, their Instagram feeds, the things that they're doing, the things that they have going on. We kind of have this validation type of thing where we'll be fake within ourselves so other people can handle us, so we can get to certain levels or do certain things in life. A lot of times we be fake for no reason, and the real cost of that is it becomes costly, because now you being fake, you have to maintain that fake person that you are at all times. See, I tend to be genuine. I'm one of those people, like, if you meet me how I am, you meet me the way I am, and the things that I'm into and the things that I do, you kind of already know what I'm doing. And it's like, I enjoy being who I am as a person. I'm a creative person. I know how to do music, write songs, play instruments. I'm great at brainstorming. I'm good at certain business stuff if I really put my mind to it and take it serious, depending on what it is, just like anybody else. Being yourself, for me, being yourself is just like knowing what you really want. I'm great at so many things. My range is very broad. So at the end of the day, I have an option between what I want to do, how I want to do it, where I want to be in life, in terms of like what I want to do now. If I want to do this, I'll do that. If I want to do this, I'll do that. It depends on what it is I feel like I want to do for me. That's what keeps me happy. That's what keeps me sane, is when I can be who I want to be on things that I want to do. So I was watching a video with Tyler, the Creator, and he made a great point. I'm gonna let this play for a couple of seconds. It's only gonna be a couple of seconds, but I'm gonna let this play right quick, and I'm gonna just keep going and keep making my points. But listen to this, and it was a great point he made.
Paying debt for something that you didn't even want to learn in the first place. So I just try to tell people to think for themselves, and they'll be way happier in the long run.
Believe it or not, it's something I respect about you as well. You're not afraid to be yourself.
Right.
And
that's important.
A lot of artists haven't learned in this game that you will go further being yourself than being what you think is in the moment.
Yeah, and then that's when you get stuck, and
exactly,
I think it's gross.
Yeah, so basically, me personally, like I said, I really enjoy being myself. I really enjoy not having to live up to anyone else's reputation, their goals, their things that they see me doing in life. I can be what I want to be. I can do what I want to do. I can wake up tomorrow right now and say, I want to, fly back and forth from America to Germany every week for the next year, because I want to, if that's something that I really want to do. If I want to become a librarian today, if I want to become a scientist tomorrow, I'm being who I want to be. I'm not living for somebody else. Most of the time, a lot of us live for other people. We subscribe to other people's thought processes, the stuff that they want us to do. So the influence of that, especially if somebody's influential. If someone's influential, a lot of times we'll be caught up in the way they think and the things that they're doing. We won't look into ourselves and say, hey, look, you know what? Let me just be who I need to be for me in general. See, because as a person, it's best that you are who you are as a person, and not based on somebody else, not based on what other people want, not based on anything like that. So for me, it's like, I can wake up right now and just do whatever it is that I want to do. It doesn't matter in terms of, and I'm not talking about like being rich or something like that. I'm talking about like being able to just be what I want to be in life. You know, I took this leap of faith to do the YouTube journey because I already had a YouTube page years ago. And I'm like, I'm a creator. I'm a creator. I'm a content creator. That's what I've been doing since I was a kid. My whole life is content, everything that I do. So this is me. This is what makes me happy. When I'm in, not necessarily just in front of a camera, but when I'm performing, when I'm doing things that's like in my realm of what I like, that's what makes me who I am. That's what you should be doing. It's kind of like being yourself allows you to dress how you want to dress, eat what you want to eat, be around the people and the circumstances that you want to be around. Now, hopefully, those circumstances are like positive environments. A lot of us grow up in poverty, and a lot of us grow up in or negative environments. A lot of us. Some of us have opportunities that allows us to be like a little bit higher in life. Some of us go and do things earlier in life. But the reality is like most of the people that I know, like for instance, I see a lot of people when they get in like an interview or something, they'll change their voice and how they talk when they're doing an interview because they feel as though that'll help them get the actual job when they're not being themselves. When the reality is the person that's interviewing you know that you're not being yourself. The person that's interviewing you knows that you're being fake. You see what I mean? Instead of just being true to who you are and letting your personality flow through, let how you think flow through, instead of answering in a way that you think that they want to hear for acceptance, for validation. Now, there's times where you may need to speak with the vocabulary of the industry that you're in. You may need to come in with a suit and tie on, but still be yourself. Have your own style, have your own personal way you do things, but you may need to come in with a suit and tie on, your hair done a little bit different, maybe a shape up, a haircut, braids, tighten them up, get them cleaned up, whatever it is that you need to do, groom yourself in a certain way, but be yourself, be true to who you are. You know, the guy Tyler Creator, he's definitely one of those people that's like an eclectic person who's just who he wants to be, not based on anybody else's thing. It's just like I'm doing what I want to do. Nobody can really hold me in on that because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do regardless. It's kind of like people want to act Hollywood, but if you notice, most people that's act Hollywood. See, we call it Hollywood. Like if you from my areas and you from a certain place, you know, this boy acting Hollywood now. He done got a couple dollars, or he just acting fake. Because we know that Hollywood actors and actresses play a role. They play a role. You see what I mean? And the role that they're playing is not them. They are playing somebody in the movie. You dig what I mean? So if you playing somebody in the movie, then it's not really you. Now the reality is, after that character, that movie is done, and that character is completed in terms of the movie, Denzel, Johnny Depp, whoever, you know, whoever's out there acting, getting big roles. The reality it becomes when you're not the actor, who are you really? Because now what I met and how I see you as a person is so fake to me that you can't come off of that. Can't come down from that. It doesn't matter what you say about anything else. When people know you fake and people know you faking it, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to even deal with you for real. I mean, they'll keep that. They may have you around for a reason, only because they need you for something, but not really like based on like a genuine connection to you, because they know you're a fake person, you know. And it's a burnout. It's definitely a burnout when you like trying to figure out how to be something for someone else. You get burnt out faster. You know, pretending to be somebody you're not can lead to like emotional and mental burnout as well, where it becomes like you're drained. That's the best way to put it. You're drained because you're trying to be something that you're not that person. See, and that's where most of it, and I always talk about this every day. Like, I'm getting back on the YouTube as of recent, and I talk about this every day. A lot of people, it's not really who they are when you see them. Like, when you talk to them, they're not really that type of person. You know, they had this, some people had this vibrato or try to have this little oomph about them, and that's not really them. You know, they may be more of a quiet, gentle person. And there's nothing wrong with being gentle or quiet. It's nothing wrong with being, more laid back and chill or nonchalant and not aggressive. It's nothing wrong with that. But see, in certain environments, being less aggressive and being less macho for men specifically make you look like a punk, kind of like you get walked over, because that's what people think you are because they see it that way. But a lot of people fake who they are. So the reality is to try to maintain a facade, take away energy that doesn't need to be. It takes away energy from you because you're trying to maintain something that's not really you. You have to be the one to just be who you are. Anybody that watches this, if you still watching this video, I want you to go ahead and subscribe. If you got anything out of what I said, subscribe right quick. It takes nothing for you to subscribe or like the video, share it, whatever you want to do. But with that being said, you having this fake facade about yourself, you don't have to be. You could just be real and true to you. When I walk in rooms, I feel good. I feel like I don't have to change anything. I come in dressed, I dress nice, I style and I style people. I dress nice, I know how to communicate, I know how to talk, I know how to get my words out properly if I need to. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Right now I'm just talking and just, being general in a sense. So wherever crowd, whatever environment I'm in, whatever network I'm going into, I know how to do the thing that I'm doing. And the reality is I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I could just be me. I've got this far in life by just being me, and being myself allowed me to not have that many enemies. Even when I was out in the streets running around doing stuff, I didn't have that many enemies, and I don't even think I really had active enemies that wanted me away from what we were doing outside, because I was just always being myself. More people like me as opposed to those that hated me because I'm just being me. You know what I mean? And keep this in mind. While you're being fake, the world gonna keep moving and everything gonna keep going, but you're gonna steady be faking it, and that's not a good thing. To be faking what it is that what you really are. Keeping up your appearances is expensive because you're being fake. Trying to wear the latest clothes, the Balenciagas, the Christian Dior's, the Margellas and all of this, and the Birkin bags, $20,000-$30,000 pocketbooks, taking trips, doing all of this stuff that's like, why are you actually doing all of this? Like, who are you doing this for? And really the question becomes, are you actually happy that you're doing all of this? Are you actually happy about this? Because you're actually faking who you are. That's why a lot of people, and it has nothing to do with their money, but a lot of people still be financially down because they faking something that they're not. They're becoming something that they don't have to be or become based on the appearance that they want to keep up. Expensive cars, top-notch this, high-end restaurants all the time, spending, checks. Your bill at the restaurant is $500-$600 for no reason. Like for instance, it was a girl on a video a little while ago. She was talking about how she called her dude to send her some money for lunch, or some guy. He sent her $50. She thought in her mind she should have got 100 or more. It's like, for what? Why would I be fake, me as a person, and send you some money just to go ahead to have $100, $200 lunch? Like, what are we talking about here? Why would I do that? When you called me to get lunch money, I can give you some lunch money, but the reality is that would be fake of me to give you $200-$300 just to go and do whatever you're gonna do with it. For what? I don't need to give you anything like that. And this is why, like, being fake in relationships, you will never know who you are. if you being fake while you're in a relationship. That's important. You know, being you, being happy with you first. That ain't got nothing to do with being happy with you, has nothing to do with anybody else. You got to come into a relationship happy. For those that's watching this video that got to this point, I'm sure you agree with this. You, as the individual, have to come in already happy. Got to come in that way. Be you. Be who you are. Don't worry about nobody else. This is why, if you notice, when I do those shorts, I'm watching this stuff. I react, but I'm watching it too with you because I'm a regular person. I'm being me. This is what I do sometimes. I might be on my phone just like anybody else on YouTube looking at videos all day. Not all day, but you know what I mean. For like maybe a half an hour, just looking at stuff. And you know, I figure, all right, if I'm watching it, then I'm sure other people might want to see it because they may not know about the stuff that's out here or that's going on. So I'ma just be me and continue to be me because I got the freedom to do it. It feels good when I'm just being myself, when I don't have to fight for anybody's attention or anything. I can just be me. You know how many people in the last year have personally told me, I really like that you just who you are as a person. Like you don't let nobody tell you like to how to be something, you know. And what people don't realize is I'm like that personally because I took years out of my life to kind of like grow, to become the person that I am, to even think on the level that I'm thinking on today. I had to take the years to fix my life, to put myself in that perspective. There are times where my self-esteem is challenged. This is in my book, 5 Simple Ways. Where's my book at? 5 Simple Ways. The link is in the description for the book, actually. So go link on the book. If you like what I'm saying, go read the book. It's a nice short book. It got enough information in it. You can write notes. The book is dope, man. It's a personal development, growth and personal development guide to help anybody, to help young, old, middle age, whatever you're doing. But I'll come back to that. I'll do another video on that later. But the reality is, I'm gonna wrap this up. But see, the reality is about just being who you are, being true to yourself. You know, it's very liberating too when you stop caring about other people's expectations, when you feel like other people expect you to be something or be a certain way. When you're not living for that and you just living for what you are and how you're doing things, it feels so good at that point. Because now you don't have to worry about somebody else's opinion of you. Because somebody else's opinion of you, it's not who you really are. It's their opinion. Now, if they're getting the fake you, then their opinion may be real based on what you're giving them. So the reality is like, if you want to fix that, just today, starting right now, before you stop this video, start being who you are as a person. Embrace that. Embrace that to the point where it's like, this is what I am. I'm a creative person. I've embraced it. I've known over the years that I've been a creative person my whole life. Some people are athletes. Some people are doctors. Some people are just naturally lawyers and finance people. I'm a creative. And once I've embraced that, years ago, I was making beats, writing songs, playing instruments, doing fashion, all kind of stuff. I've embraced it. So this is why for me today, doing all of the work I did over the last 15 years of my life, being in mental health and behavioral health for the last 20 years of my life, I put so much work in myself that I'm like one of those old people that can just do whatever they want and say whatever they want with no remorse, in a sense. I got to that point in life, but I'm still young enough to still move, shake, get stuff done, you know, get out here, get in the mix, get around the right people, you know, do business and do whatever I'm trying to do to become extremely successful. But at the same time, I'm being who I want to be. I be myself. My voice don't change when I go to certain environments. I know how to communicate a lot better over the years because I've worked with a lot of different people and I talked to a lot of different people at different times because I'm a licensed real estate agent in Pennsylvania. So I had to change how I communicate with people over the years. and be able to deliver the right information and consult, especially when they come and consulting with me about buying or selling a house or flipping a property or whatever it is they're trying to do. I be myself. I'm good at that. I'm good at that. I'm good at being me. I'm not good at being something that I'm not. So for those that's watching this video, if you got anything out of this, subscribe, share, comment, leave it down there, put it in there, but let me know how you feel about being who you are as a person. Are you ready to be yourself? Is there something that you feel like you're ready to do? Because a lot of us are not living in our true selves because we're trying to get validation, and we living for expectations of other people, acceptance of you. You can't do that. You got to just be who you are. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Comment, please let me know. Okay. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.